Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, Meghan Markle, as ever, is rewriting history with her new propaganda flick that she posted on her Instagram page. And this was posted, I found this on Twitter by Harry Meghan Spare. And he writes that Meghan is the main focus of this propaganda video. Harry is an afterthought. The obsession she has with herself should be studied. Yeah, they really are mental illness on display, always have been. But let's take a look at Meghan's version of how her Australian trip went. There's music along with it, but it's copyright. It's Love is in the Air. Yeah, love is in the air, and the flowers and the trees. So she's playing that crappy music. And the entire video is just Meghan doing this, Meghan doing that, Meghan over here, Meghan over there, Meghan nodding her head, Meghan smiling, 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 flicking the hair back, Meghan shaking hands, Meghan walking, holding hands with Harry. Of course, food. Why we have to see Harry chewing his food in this video, I have no idea. It makes it look like a child. Very sloppy. You don't catch her doing that in this. There's no humor at all. It's very corporate, propaganda-ish, short clips. So, yeah, making it look like she's just the star of the show here. Really unbelievable that this is her version of how her trip went. This is what she couldn't even wait. She wasn't even home 24 hours and she pumped that thing out. Man, the Instagram loving witch wife, there she is. She got it right up on Instagram. Sunday evening, I believe. It's Sunday evening now, as I'm recording this. And this has been up already for a while. So Sunday afternoon, most likely. So boom, she gets home and she's like, well, her retreat is still going on. It hasn't even fully ended yet. And she is. Oh, and I'm going back and editing this in because when I slowed down the film to look at it a little closer, one thing I thought is she always wants to be seen in the kitchen. You know, the first thing she did after entering the royal family was do the kitchen, make a cookbook with the Muslims. And then now she did her with Love Meghan in the kitchen. And she can't do anything in the kitchen. She can't cook. She did date a cook or a chef. But this, it seems to be part of her propaganda, is constantly showing herself in a kitchen. I guess wanting it to merch and continue the charade of being like a Gwyneth Paltrow or what's her name, Martha Stewart. So in this scene here where she's showing Harry chewing, actually he's not chewing. He's sticking his tongue out at the camera. So he's sitting in front of a steak, and then she pans the camera up, and he sticks his tongue out. And I thought of the fact that Meghan often likes to stick her tongue out, like in videos. You see right there, he's sticking his tongue out at the camera. Very creepy, very immature, stupid. She's making him look really bad in this. Of course, Meghan has done that when she's eating a hamburger. She's always sticking her tongue out when she eats. It's really gross and disgusting. And now she puts Harry in here sticking his tongue out in a video like where she's promoting herself as being so great. So obviously she's what's the expression that narcissists do? She's cutting him down now, making him look bad to make herself look better, I guess. Good luck with that. So I just want to point out he was sticking his tongue out there. It's probably drugged up or high or an altered state, which they pretty much probably were this entire trip. So the fact that she would put this in her little propaganda video here He's not laughing or anything. It's not like, haha, I just took my tongue out at you. He's just looking at the camera kind of like he's high or drunk or something. And yeah, it seems like, why on earth would you put that in the middle of this propaganda film where you're showcasing yourself doing this, doing that, here, there, the hospital, the mentally ill people with the, on the beach or whatever. She didn't show Bondi, I don't think, did she? I don't think Bondi's in here, unless I'm not mistaken. She didn't show her little retreat either. Oh, here's the Bondi one, right? That's. And I didn't can't keep track of it all, but oh yeah, this is the Bondi one. So yeah, so I just found that rather peculiar. Apologies, it's getting small on me there. But yeah, so there you have it. Disgusting Meghan with her disgusting satanic PR propaganda videos full of lies. But anyways, I'm sure Catherine and William are just horrified watching the dearth of people there, right? People are posting comparisons. I think HG Tutor and whatnot showing comparisons of Harry and Meghan in 2018 versus Harry and Meghan 2026. Two very different trips to Australia. And the first trip, there were thousands of people there waiting for them. And this one, there was nobody in that stadium. What does that? And HG Tutor says she's going to be wounded by that. The narcissist is going to be very wounded by it, but she'll probably blame everybody else for it. Anyhow, crazy. Well, she's putting out propaganda films saying, nope, it was a success. Look how great it was. Look how great everything went. So she can convince herself of that, I guess, as part of her mental illness. But how, let's see, look at Catherine. Let's look at Catherine, Meghan's favorite, who she's always obsessively watching. How did Catherine feel about hearing about this trip? Patience and planning. Here we got 7 of coins there. So she's evaluating it, her and her, the whole, I think the royal team there, they're watching this and evaluating, what was really going on. And of course, and then here we have 6 of coins, material, spiritual prosperity. So they were paying attention specifically to Meghan merching, Meghan using her titles to make money, and where she made money, with whom, and what other financial things maybe we haven't heard about. But that was their main concern, of course. I remember when Meghan, soon after acquiring Archie, she tried to merch while she was still a working member of the royal family and the Queen was still alive. Meghan tried to merch a baby outfit, and the Queen had the royal team take the website down. So they're watching that intently. And of course, Catherine's well aware of that. Ooh, 10 destiny. This is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So yeah, there we have it. So they're seeing that. Wow, they went there thinking they were going to, of course, grifting, and everything went wrong. So she's aware of that. And the 4 of Wands reversed. And of course, she's also aware that they're crashed and burned. It's like it's over for them. I mean, it's really over, this Australian trip. I think they were watching it to see how it would go. And of course, they realized it's a complete disaster, as everything Meghan and Harry do. And it's a disaster for them, which means they're going to be coming back to the UK, right? They're going to be, Harry and Meghan have nothing else to do and no one else to work with. So, yeah, but they still are, even though they're a disaster, Megalodon is not stopping and is power hungry as ever, and is going to continue this balance here, the Hangman. So, oh no, excuse me, the Justice card. Yeah, so legal issues as well cropping up. I mean, of course, Harry and Meghan have been doing nothing but spending time in court since they left the royal family. So they're foreseeing that. Hierophant reversed, wisdom reversed. So Catherine did watch. I get from this, she was watching and analyzing it. I mean, obviously she has to. I mean, she doesn't have to, but they are representing the royal family, and so it is, even though they're a distance, even though she's a distance away and had no input, she is watching as with their advisors there and whatnot. And I think they were quite surprised at how bad of a disaster this actually was and how destructive it is to the royal family, and showing what a disaster Harry and Meghan are with everything they do. But I think Catherine also knows that even though Meghan and Harry are a complete failure, they're still going as if they were a success. And you can see that from that little flick Meghan just posted. And, I can take justice as like social justice, which is a key phrase for the communists, Marxist, woke, whatever. They use the social justice backing of George Soros and all of that going on and pushing that woke agenda still strong. And of course, you can look at this as the George Soros, globalist backing that Meghan and Harry have with everything they do. But of course, it is a path of destruction and one of insanity. There's absolutely no respect for tradition or legality or doing things the right way. This is often a royal family card, tradition, doing things morally acceptable. Well, with Meghan and Harry, that's out the window. They don't care about that, any of that. So they're amoral, but they're powerful and with powerful backing, and they're still forging ahead with their path of destruction, even though they're just more and more of a disaster in general. So how is she feeling about them personally? She sees them failing up. Like, that's Meghan's life. She fails up. It's just unbelievable. So how does she feel about them personally, about Meghan and Harry? How's she feeling about them? Ooh, yeah. 5 of coins, that they are struggling, they are mentally ill, they constantly have their hands out. 5 of coins, and greedy AF, and grabbing that money and going and a desperate, and 8 of swords reversed. I think she probably thinks they belong in prison or a mental asylum. I think that's part of what she's thinking here. Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy and mentally unhealthy. And this is a card of ill health, and this is a card of, paranoia and being mentally unwell. So I think that there's looking at them, and Harry in particular, as just being, they're both mentally ill. She sees them both as mentally unhealthy, and it's obvious from watching them that they are. I mean, a normal person who has any self-awareness would not do what Harry and Meghan have done, and would certainly not come back and make a PR video like that, especially as people are clamoring for their money back after her 20-minute, half-hour appearance that was supposed to be the entire weekend. I mean, It's just wow. I mean, she's more and more going off the deep end, being more and more criminal and insane. So they're. I think she sees them as about to go off a cliff. Basically, is that's what she's thinking? Is she thinking they're just getting crazier and more grifty and graspy, and things get worse and worse, and there's going to be a point where they're going to hit the wall, or fall off the cliff. There's going to be, you can't keep going like this, right? It's as everything falls apart around you. So what does she think? Does she think that they're about to, well, she sees that they're going to stay together, of course, the lovers here, and they're still pushing that, they're still walking around holding hands and doing the holding hand things, which is such an obvious, false display. She does know that they're going to continue with the politics here and keep forging ahead with this fake love story, with this over the top Hollywood, PR love story, when we all know the real love story is Meghan and Marcus. But still, Harry and Meghan are still going to continue trying to push that and go forward with that. Oh, and I get Ace of Wands reversed, or excuse me, Ace of Wands reversed. So now I see she sees it as crazy and unhealthy as they are, that with the powerful backing they have, that it's going to be keep going forward, even though it's going to be, they're going to keep getting pushed out of things, keep failing, keep being a disaster here, keep losing opportunities, keep making one disaster after another. Yeah, reversed here. So they're more and more miserable and causing people to be miserable and unhappy. Ace of Cups reversed and causing more upsets. I mean, wow. I mean, they do one thing very well. They get everybody riled up and angry, upset, and disgusted and demanding. I mean, how many years have people been demanding that their titles be taken away at this point? I mean, it's such a repeated script that, it's, yeah. And it's obvious that people are done with all of it. Yes. So, Eight of Coins. They keep getting money wherever they can. Keep trying to do whatever handouts, whatever merching, whatever Netflix they can get. They're gonna go until everything runs out. But like I said, they do have powerful backing. Oh, and there's Lulu saying hello. And if you can see her, she blocks the whole camera there. She's plopping herself down now. I think she wants to go out. The weather is getting warmer here, so she's spending more and more time outside. There we go. All right. So now I know a lot of people are commenting. They said, well, even though King Charles, they feel, is too much of a wuss to take away their titles, and they're standing in the line of succession, many are hoping and expecting that Prince William will be the one to take those titles away from Harry and Meghan and finally shut them down out of the royal family. But let's see, will he really do that? Because as many believe, this is all part of the operation of the royal family from beginning to end. And they're doing exactly what the royal family wants them to do, which is censorship and the woke propaganda, New World Order, and be a distraction. So how is Prince William feeling about Harry and Meghan right now? After that Australian trip, how is he feeling about it? And this just flipped over again. He's worried about the legality, the legal issues, and the social justice agenda with pushing the Child Safety Act. Ooh, conflict, mental conflict. Yes, so still very angry, still very bothered by them, still disturbed by them. Sacral chakra, which is the chakra of desires. It's a lower chakra. the second chakra of, just this greed, the lust, the avarice, the wanting, give me money. So the greed. So he sees them as those very greedy, graspy, and addicted. They were no doubt doing drugs while they were running around, going to the bathroom every 5 minutes. And Harry was rubbing his nose. An interviewer just kept rubbing his nose. It's obvious the coke going on. So yeah, Prince William is definitely more bothered. Well, just as bothered, but he's more wanting to take legal actions here and wanting to make. I do see that he wants to make. I can see the justice here as him wanting to sign the paperwork now. Let's get this going. Let's make it official. Because these two grifting, mentally ill, grifting, greedy, graspy, with Meghan with unending desires of unsatiable, unsatisfied. Meghan is always more, give me more. It's like in Vedic astrology, it's like Rahu, the North Node. It's the mouth, just the mouth can never get enough, more. So he's seeing that in them, and he's seeing that that's what's driving them. That lust for power and money, and just getting whatever they can, no matter what they have to do to get it. The fact that Meghan would do that whole retreat scam shows a level of such desperation from someone who's supposed to be a royal family member, right? Or associated, whatever. They're still on the website, as everyone says, to pull a stunt like that, to pull a scam like that. I mean, that's criminal. That is just criminal. And it shows how desperate she is just to make a few $1,000s. I mean, she didn't make much of anything from that. But that's how desperate she was, just to make a little bit, whatever little bit of money. I mean, the merching of her outfit at the Bondi tragedy sites, it just shows she's so greedy. She's she'll do anything to make more, to get more. Yeah, and here we have the Ace of Coins reversed, losing losing big time here with everything they're doing, their lawsuits, and they're being such a burden. And this is also about their lineage in the royal family. You could look at it as a connection there, and losing that, wanting to drop them, wanting to drop their titles and their inheritance and whatever else that they're trying to get. Meghan's trying to get her greedy, graspy hands on. Because, Meghan wants everything equal to William and Catherine, right? She wants 50-50. Not this, the king and the spare usual arrangement. Meghan wants more equity, right? She wants her social justice. Yeah. She wants 50-50. Because they're both Diana's sons, don't you know? She deserves 50-50, and she's a couple of shades darker, so she deserves, all of it, actually, in her mind. I think she thinks the crown should just be handed to her. So, yeah. So he's not happy. He is not happy. He is very angry, very, very upset. 9 of Cups reversed. Oh my goodness. Yes, I just say he's very upset, very unhappy, very disappointed, and yeah, they couldn't get any worse. They couldn't be any worse. I mean, you couldn't get the harm they're doing to the royal family and the reputation, and they couldn't be more of a disaster, right? They couldn't. Except for, I guess, Andrew and Fergie, which they're being compared to. And there's the Solitude, the Hermit card. So, of course, I see this as he's keeping, of course, a distance and not saying anything from that to them, or saying anything about them, keeping his counsel on it, and seeking advice from. And I think him and Catherine are on vacation now, or they're away anyway, so they're not, even they're isolating themselves from Harry and Meghan for sure. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to isolate because he wants to, uh, Four of Wands here. He wants to keep his family happy and safe and secure and stable. And of course, Harry and Meghan are the exact opposite of that with their influence. So, as you would expect from a Cancer man, he's looking out for his own family, and Harry and Meghan are not part of his family. They are or at least they're the mentally ill part that needs to be locked up. And the hermit could be, he wants to put them in isolation, in a mental institution where they belong. Yeah, so not very positive. I don't see them like laughing about that or, uh, making fun of them like we are. I think for them it's much more just depressing and sad to watch and completely expected and just getting worse. And I think pretty much what they anticipated, as they are, either because it's part of a script or because that's Harry and Meghan. They're both insane and drugged up and have been all along. Yes. So how's King Charles feel about William? Excuse me, not William. Never mind that. How does King Charles feel about the Australia trip of Meghan? Okay. Ooh, 5 of Cups. Emotional losses. Yeah. So I think King Charles is going through a lot, and for many reasons, and he's physically, emotionally, mentally suffering here. I think that's the Australia trip is just more of a burden he doesn't really need. He's very unhappy in general with everything going on. He was not happy about it. He's not happy with Harry and Meghan. I don't think he likes them. Heart chakra, again, he's sort of grasping his heart as well in the picture as well. And I am getting the heart chakra card. So very sad about everything and feeling nobody likes him anymore, right? Especially people just absolutely despise Harry and Meghan, and people are despising the royal family and saying the royal family is coming to an end. I mean, it's just that's what people are saying. They're like, it's lost if they don't make some drastic changes, which I think William does want to do. And it's very sad for King Charles to watch everything and just everything going on and how it's happening so fast. And it's very depressing for him. And he's ill. He's older. It's not easy to keep up with all this. I have the Judgment card, which is truth. And I think that Judgment, you're thinking about life after death, moving on. And I think that he is thinking more about that. And I've also got the 7 of coins, which is about, in this case, I'm seeing it with him as trying to be patient and, feeling wounded but trying to just get through it and to persevere. And he's being patiently waiting for them to come to their senses or be faced by a reckoning that will cause them to come to a reckoning. So coming at the end, I get a feeling that this can't go on much longer. It's almost 10 years, and Harry and Meghan Meghan looks like she's literally falling apart. Nobody wants them. They're becoming worse than Andrew and Fergie, and this is without Epstein, even though there are Epstein connections as well. As we know, Meghan hung out with Epstein's girlfriend, among other things. So, it's. I feel like King Charles realizes the end. The end is near for himself and for the royal family, the way things are and the way they have been. And Harry and Meghan are just speeding things up with their insanity. But I think Harry and Meghan are coming to an end as well with their activities and what they're trying to do because they have no power or influence going around blathering about Child Safety Act from a couple of hated, drugged up globalists. But the globalists are all hated and they're still in power. So hate them as much, like Klaus Schwab or Yuval Harari or any of the rest of them. Stommer, I mean, all of them, all the leaders. They're still in power, even though everybody hates them. So, yeah, it's going to continue on until it's stopped. And there you have it. But as time goes on, more and more people are woken up, and more people are not hating Harry and Meghan and the royal family. I gotta tell you. But the only last gasp they may have is William and Catherine, if the royal family can survive all of this. So there you have it. So I hope you found this interesting, and end it there. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.